Hey everybody, 5 o'clock Tuesday night. How's it going, everybody? I'm a little foggy at the moment. I worked an overnight shift and didn't get to sleep today because it was a super big day in the Lee family. My son had his first behind the wheel training and it went really good. And then he drove me to work and we dropped him off. Anyway, I have to admit, he did better than what I thought he would do, but I also had a few moments of worry that we weren't going to stay on the road. Do any of you, other of you guys, have, obviously many of you have, trained your kids to drive and how terrifying that is? I think the scariest part is for the first time ever to put your life in their hands. You would be in front of the camera, huh? That's kind of scary. But he asked me, well, when he got to work, he got out of the driver's seat and, go on. Yeah. He got out of the driver's seat and we switched sides and I gave him a high five on the way over and he said, so how many times do you think it'll take for me to be comfortable driving to work? And I said, I think about 10. So 1 down, 9 to go. So anyway, so I'm a little fuzzy. I'm a little tired. I have a little bit of a headache. And the last couple days I have a toothache that's starting to hurt. So kind of a hard day. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow to check it out. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. And what else is going on? Last week of school, only a couple days left. Kids are getting anxious, trying to figure out schedules, how to work but not work too much so I can hang out with my kids because it's summer and all that. So anyway, also got some sad news today, and just a very dear family friend had a really bad reaction to a COVID vaccine, and he's not doing well. So just praying for him and that he will recover. And anyway, yeah. So we've got a chapter today, and I think this is maybe interesting because my emotions of the day are close to tears. So this is chapter 37, and it's from season 5, episode 13, Blind Journey, and it's called He Collects Our Tears. And this episode is just so heartbreaking when they're moving the blind school from the city in I believe it's Mankato to Walnut Grove, and they're crossing the river on the way, and Adam Kendall just he loses it. He's so scared. And sometimes the things of our past they can pop that fear right back like it was just happening, right in the moment. Yeah. And the quote is from Mary, her Adam's wife, Mary Ingalls Kendall, and she says, after what you've been through, you have every right to be afraid, every right to cry. Here we go. Traumatic events change us, and triggers from our past cause fear to rise. Shedding tears is often our body's natural reaction. Adam's crossing the river triggered his memory of going blind. One slip on a rock and a concussion had changed everything for him. Hearing the rushing water again stopped him in his tracks, the fear paralyzing. Mary validated Adam's feelings and reminded him his tears spoke of experience, not weakness. There are some things about brain surgery I won't ever get over. The intense memories will always be with me. The day before I left the hospital, worry consumed me. I didn't know how I would handle the pain without the comfort of my IV. My surgeon suggested I use that day to practice taking my medication orally, giving me a glimpse of the reality ahead. The first round passed without a hitch. Then, earlier than expected, I felt a prickly sensation on my scalp and a dull headache growing on my brow. Pressing the call button beckoned my nurse into the room. She walked in holding a white paper cup containing 2 pills. As I washed them down with a drink, the nurse reminded me of the 30-minute delay of oral medications. Panic took over as my body trembled from the pain. Tears flooded my eyes as the throbbing in my head grew worse. The second hand on the wall clock seemed frozen in place. I needed help. My mom and younger sister came to the rescue just in time. They reminded me that God was with me, encouraged me to trust him with the unknown, and they gave me permission to cry. Living through life-changing circumstances often is accompanied by moments of fear. The memory is too fresh. We never know when it will hit or what our reaction might be. We hope to conquer the challenges on our own, but like Adam, we can't always defeat them without help from the Lord and the encouragement of a loved one. God created us to need help from him and others. Our tears of fear are not overlooked. He knows what we have endured and who can comfort us. And the verse is from Psalms 56, 3 and 8. When I am afraid, I will put my trust in you. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. And there you have it. I love that verse. Just the visual of God collecting our tears. You know, sometimes you cry and you think nobody can hear you and nobody knows what it feels like. And here he's collecting every single tear and putting it in his bottle, seeing what you're going through and how hard it is. I know there's gotta be a few of you who are going through something hard. Maybe it's you going through it, or maybe it's you seeing someone else go through it. And sometimes, like, all we can do is cry, you know, just out of, like, compassion, out of hopelessness, out of fear, out of the fear of the unknown, you know. Yeah, crazy. I'm happy to say that I did not cry on the drive with my son today. My heart was beating, and I think his was too. But we made it. And you know what? No matter what struggle we're going through, what challenge we're facing, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it out okay. Yeah. Keep trusting that God sees us, sees what we're going through, and he is collecting our tears. He sees every single one. So I hope that if you are struggling today, that that's an encouragement to you. And if you think of it, you can pray for my tooth. The last time I had to have a root canal was shortly after my surgery, my brain surgery, and it was really, really awful. Basically had a panic attack in the chair as the endodontist couldn't understand why I was making such a big deal about a root canal. And I was so tense, and it was so long that I ended up getting lockjaw. Basically, I couldn't open my mouth more than this for a week because I was so tense. Like the panic attack had just worked me over. So I've already decided that if I need a root canal, I'm getting knocked out because I can't handle it. I wonder if sometimes we try to be just too strong. I'm not like always a proponent of getting knocked out because I really don't like pain for getting knocked out. But there are times when we have to just surrender and say, I can't do that. I won't do that again. So I'll see what the dentist says tomorrow. I'm really hoping that it's just like I need a crown or something, but I'm not sure. So I'm hoping that that's the case and it will be easier. So that's me. Lots of stuff going on and very ready to climb into bed, but I got too much stuff to do. So yeah, it will be early to bedtime tonight. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for joining me, and yeah, have a great first week of June. I wonder what you're doing today. Let me know what you're doing, if you're doing anything fun or interesting. And if you are living through a time of tears, let me know how I can pray for you. I'd love to. So I'll see you next week, folks. And love you lots. Okay, bye.